We found your wife's car. Someone parked it at the school late last night. Do you have anything to say about that?
It wasn't me.
Where do you keep your work clothes?
I keep them at work in my locker.
Enough lies, Hugo. Your overalls put
I'm
you
trying
at the
to
scene of the crime
investigate
last
someone,
night.
man. I'm trying to, like,
My overalls are in the laundry
see if
of my
he's
house.
telling the truth or lying, and I can't hear. You know? What? I'm not playing that game. I'm trying to play L.A Noire. I'm trying to, like,
Green
see if
overalls,
people's telling the
blood
truth.
stain, with the initials HM found
Oh.
in the trunk of your wife's
I'm
car.
not playing that. Watch it.
They can't be mine.
Why, Hugo? Because if they were yours,
I'm
they'd
turning my
be in the
game sounds up so I can
incinerator
actually
too?
hear it, because I can't hear when you're talking.
Your wife was beaten with a tire iron, Hugo. An appropriate choice of tool for a mechanic.
I know nothing about any tire iron.
You're lying, Hugo. You're gonna have to come clean on this.
You got no proof.
Your wife drove a Chevrolet, Hugo. What make of car do you drive?
A Chrysler Airflow.
So I guess that explains why the tire iron that killed your wife came
I
from
don't know, but I got it for free. Because someone game shared it to me. I'm gonna investigate the other guy for a fucking. Where's the other guy?
Mouthpiece or scripts on it.
Boys, you've really come through this time.
Captain, we were on our way to interview Eli Rooney.
Yes, folks, I know. This particular fiend is an old acquaintance. I have tried to reaffirm his belief in a wrathful and terrible God. Whichever way it goes, I'll be dealing personally with him.
You look like you've had it rough.
See me asking for your sympathy, boy?
What size boot do you wear, Eli?
Kind of like anything I can get my hands on. I'm wearing 11s.
You're maybe 5'5", 5'6" tops. And you wear size 11s? I don't think so, Eli.
That might be on the large side.
Oh, I'm taking my
Big
headphone
tens,
now and listen to the
maybe
TV for a bit.
Now that I
Because I
come
can't
to
hear
think
when
of
you're talking, mate.
Why punish children with your iniquity, Eli?
You know, when I'm
You
trying to
think I was being
concentrate on a
punished?
fucking case, you know?
You must know what you're doing is evil.
Well, son, nobody's perfect.
You know, you can't say, oh, this guy's lying, because I can't hear if he's lying or not. You know what, I'll put my headphone in and put my fucking sound down. Yeah, I'll turn the volume down on you, because you're talking too loud. I've noticed.
You down on your luck, Eli?
Yeah, I'm trying to concentrate. Hold up.
Had
You can
worse.
talk after this case.
My family ate roadkill during the Dust Bowl.
But you have a job. A parolee has to have a job, correct?
I had me a job down in San Pedro. I'm looking for something new.
I ain't got him muted. I'm just trying to fucking pay attention to this game. Oh, fucking hell.
This place you worked have a name?
Hennessy Marine. You can't miss the place. Big yellow letters, HM out front.
They give you
Go on
any
then,
workwear,
man.
Eli?
Stick a buck in.
Sure.
Got a butt in there as well.
Green coverall. Dang thing was hot. Felt like I was back in the pen wearing it.
Yeah. Bring my music bot, please. Thank you.
You ever tie up any of your victims, Eli?
It's not a nice thing to go calling them.
What would you call them?
I can't say. I learned a long time ago not to go talking about the things I like. Talking about it just seems to get people's dander up.
Answer the goddamn question, Rooney, before I brain you.
See what I mean? Short answer is yes.
You have any preference regarding rope, Eli?
I know a good rope from a bad rope, if that's what you mean. That's not what you mean, is it? Any old rope will do me fine.
Farm boy like you, Eli, must prefer McGay for roping. Am I right?
I prefer braids.
Sorry about that,
which
people. I
hate
was
braids.
in a
Stays
Discord
tight.
chat and well, I'm trying to pay attention to this part of it. Mates decided to carry on talking and talking and talking.
You killed Mrs.
And
Mulder
talking a bit more.
Stole her jewelry.
That ain't so. I ain't done nothing like that.
He looked away.
You have no job and nowhere to live by the smell of things, and you need money. You've been in trouble before, Eli. Who do you think a jury will believe?
I've been in trouble for other things, but I ain't never killed no one. I saw that car coming to the parking lot late last night. Man got changed there and then put his coveralls in the trunk. I saw him drop the butterfly in the lamplight and he strolled out, cool as you like. And I went over and I picked it up.
You know what? I'm gonna get him down for the street, mate. He's a pedo.
Eli
Fuck you.
Rooney, I'm charging you with the first-degree murder of Deirdre Muller.
You want to put me back in the stir that badly, boy? You go ahead and try. I'll beat that rat. I ain't a killer.
I don't care. You're a pedo. The main thing. I'll get the other guy another time.
Phelps, Galloway. Congratulations are at hand. Drink, boys?
Who's
I
a big
think you'll receive a
buzz?
commendation for this one, gentlemen.
Buzz.
In the meantime, I'll
Buzz.
speak to the DA about expediting the passage of the case. We need swift and merciless justice for poor Deirdre.
I'm a jingle bell boys.
We captured 2 regular army. Lieutenant! Bell, we've been over this. That sniper barely missed you back on the beach. Until the mission is over, there'll be no more saluting or signs of rank.
I'm in charge here, Medier!
Do you wish to interrogate the prisoners?
Boom.
No, they're beat. Why they look so sullen?
You're wondering why we haven't killed them yet. There is no greater shame than being taken prisoner.
Get this, Golden Boy actually seems to know what he's doing.
あなた方の階層と名前を名乗ってください。
第44大部隊所属兵だ。
貴様、何様だと思ってるんだ。
See that, boys? He slapped that Jap right upside the head.
It was merely to remind him of his place. His shame was the tone of voice that he used with a superior. I respect the Japanese, Corporal.
Respect, we're here to kill the sons of bitches.
Do you know why we are fighting the Japanese, Private?
With respect, sir, these bastards attacked Pearl Harbor.
And why did they attack Pearl, Private?
Because they hate the US of A and our way of life.
They attacked the U.S. because we cut off their oil. What would we do if another country denied us the gas to run our cars?
Ah, Phelps. I was just discussing with Finbar here how well you were doing. Have a seat.
Yeah, it's my real name. And you can just forget all about it.
You boys have a new case. A poor Hispanic woman murdered near City Hall and left lying naked in an alleyway.
Another naked woman, sir?
Yes. We seem to have had quite a run of them since the Dahlia fiend first struck.
Phelps is politely trying to hint that he thinks the Mendez case is hokey.
Well, young Phelps, you win some and you lose some in police work.
You're happy with the Mueller case, sir?
Over the moon, boys! The DA couldn't be more pleased with the evidence, the witness, and the lack of an alibi. Now, get out there and catch me another sinner. I can't bother to drive, you can drive me.
You know the way. You can drive.
You have the address?
It's the alley off Aliso between Los Angeles and Alameda.
You're kidding. The next one will be opposite Central Station.
Count yourself lucky, Phelps. Most guys would kill to land a case so close to their desk.
Yeah. It means they can pop in to hit the office supply of hooch whenever they need it.
You know, that ain't a bad idea. That is not a bad idea at all, Phelps.
Detectives, they're ready to start the show. I'll take you through.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Crothers, Pinker.
Cause of death is pretty apparent. We thought we'd best wait for you when you're ready.
Kiss the blood, BD. Another wedding ring torn from the finger. No skin under the fingernails. The lacerations on the neck would indicate a great deal of force.
Oh, my dog's awake. Oh, it smokes. It didn't walk far.
Only 21 years old. But why the library card? Did he want us to find it? The evidence in the Mueller case was solid. I'm not convinced about Mendez.
The best way to get away with murder is to pin it on somebody else. I'll bet a month's salary this is a copycat.
Strangled, battered,
Yeah. We know the M.O. So does every jerk who kills his wife and girlfriend looking for a way out. I've spoken to Brown. He still believes the Dahlia perp has medical experience.
4 women, all murdered, all put on display, all with messages.
Mueller had no message. Look, Phelps, this is getting us nowhere.
Anything for us to go on, Mal?
Head injuries from contact with road, bruising from a small man's shoe, further blunt force trauma to the occipital region at the base of the skull. Could have been fatal, but clear signs of strangulation would seem to rule it out.
That
Lipstick
logo.
appears to be a similar color to the other cases. I'll see if I can nail down a brand.
Fuck. There it is.
If she took a blow to the head like the others, she was probably unconscious when strangled.
Phelps, you'll want to come and take a look at this.
May as well follow the trail. Antonia. Huh. Same as the library card.
Proximity to the scene, plus the bloodstains. No way is this coincidence. On it goes.
We kept the area pristine for you boys. Let's check it out.
Oh, I get to say this car. Oh no, I don't. I don't mean.
House keys, strung up like bait on a hook. You think he's trying to lead us somewhere?
Probably all the way to City Hall, that brazen son of a bitch.
That's got to be a code or a cipher. Where are you taking us? empty. Where is all of this meant to be taking us? He clearly wants us to find these things. He's left them for us.
There you go, Phelps. You got a new M.O. I told you it wasn't our guy.
Or he might just be getting more confident. Enameled and gold-plated. This was precious to her.
What the fuck's this guy running up
Trail
to?
points up. Pulled from the finger and hung up here. What significance? Son of a bitch wants her identified. Mrs. Antonia Maldonado, 712 North Hill Street, downtown.
Oh, I'm finished from up there. Looks as though the killer was decorating with this. Copy that. Oh shit. Red Dead Redemption hat. Cowboy hat. John Marston hat.
So what next?
Let's check that library card address. See where our dead lady comes from.
What clue am I missing?
I need to get back to it, Phelps.
Oh, let me go. Oh. There's 8. I think one left.
It was Mrs. Maldonado, right?
That's affirmative.
All right, so then there's a husband we should be looking for. Get him, we've closed the case.
Rusty's razor, of course. I don't want to question your tried and tested techniques, Detective Galloway. But doesn't the DA require sound casework before he'll close the book?
Not if he's got a confession. And, you know, there's ways of getting it.
I'm sure.
All units, officer needs help. 211 and shots fired. 391 Broadway, Mallory's Cafe. 391 Broadway. Unit to handle code 3, identify.
Why would you put a car over there and then walk round to the front? That makes no sense. Walk along the little pathway there.
can I help you?
LAPD, ma'am. Detective Phelps and Galloway. Does Mrs. Maldonado live here?
Yes, she does. I'm Mrs. Barbara LaPente, the owner of this boarding house. Is there a problem?
I'm afraid so, ma'am. Do you mind if we come in? Is there somewhere we can discuss this?
Of course. Follow me through to the parlor. Wipe your feet as you come in, detectives. It's this way.
Mrs. Maldonado was found dead this morning.
Dead? Oh, no. She can't be.
I'm afraid she was murdered, ma'am. We need to take a look at her things.
I can't believe it. A person seems so alive, and then they're gone. Antonia's room is upstairs, last door on the left.
Thank you. We'll be back shortly.
Excuse us a moment, ma'am. What are we waiting for?
Doesn't look like anything.
You look at that?
A smashed window explains why the place looks tossed.
You know how I feel about windows, Phelps.
Okay, we have an address. The charm bracelet wasn't among the crime scene evidence. So someone broke in using this thing instead of a crowbar. Wonder where it was taken from. We have some questions, ma'am, if you're up to it.
Yes, detective. I'll do my best.
Do you have any idea who might have wanted to hurt Mrs. Maldonado?
That rat of her husband, Angel. She was serving him divorce papers.
If I killed every wife that served me papers, I'd be a mass murderer.
Are you being flippant, young man?
No, ma'am.
What can you tell us about Angel Maldonado?
She married him when she was 17. He was cruel to her, very cruel. She was a good girl, little on the religious side, but a good girl.
What time did Antonia go out yesterday?
She left around 9.
Do you know where she went?
No, I have no idea. She was a good girl, but she didn't confide in me.
Oh, why are you looking away then?
A nosy old hag like you knows everything about the people who live under her roof. Where did she go?
I think she went to a bar. She's been drinking quite a lot lately.
This bar have a name?
El Dorado Bar. It's a Latino place on North Los Angeles Street.
That's only a couple of blocks from where we found the body.
You've had a break-in?
No. That can't be true.
You're being economical with the truth, Mrs. Lepenti. What do you have to hide?
I have no idea what you are talking about.
So Antonia lost her keys and used an iron bar to jimmy the back window?
I heard a noise in the early hours of the morning. I thought it might be a raccoon at the milk bottles. It'd be very bad for business if this news got out. I have a reputation to protect.
Antonia and her husband were estranged?
Yes. She moved here after she separated from her husband 2 months ago.
But Antonia still wore a wedding ring?
She wore the wedding ring and a necklace. She always wore a religious necklace.
But a
That's not
bracelet.
all of her jewelry.
No.
What about her bracelet?
I don't know anything about a bracelet.
In her wedding photo, she's displaying a charm bracelet.
That thing? She never wore it. He gave it to her. She always kept it in that wooden jewelry box.
Thanks, ma'am. You've been very helpful.
Pay a call to that husband of hers. Lock him up and throw away the key.
We can either front Angel, seeing as the finger's pointing right at him, or we could check out the El Dorado bar.
Go check out this bar and own that car. I don't think I'll save this car yet.
Out of the car! Police!
I only picked it up an hour ago. You will be careful.
A nosy old hag? Ah! And I thought I was coming on strong with the ex-wives line.
Sometimes you have to be firm to get the information you need.
God damn it, ain't that the truth?
You don't think it's strange that all these murders are happening to girls who've been out drinking?
No. A broad drinks, she gets a bit tight, she starts mouthing off. This leads to that, and she ends up in an alleyway. It's a sad story, but this town's seen it play out 1,000 times, Cole.
Why don't you want to see a connection here?
Because there are perfectly good real-life suspects at every one of these murders. We don't need to go looking for the monster under the bed.
Think there's anything to the divorce angle?
I've been through 3, fellas. No big deal. After a while, you just numb yourself to the experience.
But Angel, he's a young Latino man. It would hurt his sense of who he is. He'd see himself as a failure, a woman taking control over his life.
Then she fronts him and he snaps. Works for me.
Oh shit.
That makes Angel a killer as well as a piece of shit.
I ain't got that car. Don't think. Yeah, I might have. Yeah, I've got this car. I'm in the doors.
Just go easy, Phelps.
This song is weird in this game. Something about, yes, I'm white. I'll got it on my face. I'm deep inside.
LAPD.
I don't know.
Detectives Phelps
Weird
and
game.
Galloway.
Diego Aguilar. How can I help?
You worked the bar last night?
Yeah. Being a temp guy
Quite,
for the agency.
quite,
Did you have
this
a woman
game's
in
quite
here
mad.
last night? 21 years old, Hispanic, drinking heavily.
We have a lot of ladies like that in here. But yeah, I know who you mean. Antonia Maldonado. So what did she do?
She was murdered last night.
Oh, shit.
Do you know her well? Was she a regular?
Hell no. She was good and tight last night, complaining about her old man. It's a story you get used to working in a bar. She was so hammered last night, she left a letter on the bar. I'll show you.
A waitress. Can I have another spoon?
Divorce papers. Did you open them?
No need to. She was shouting about it and waving the letter around. Said she was gonna show him.
Oh my days, a fucking tune. Got a bit of trapline radio going on in my ear. Oh, that's a tune about dropping. Don't know if you can hear it.
Can you remember what jewelry she was wearing?
She had a necklace. Some kind of religious thing, I think. The temp guy would have more of an idea. She took the beer he served her and cried into it all night.
What time did she leave?
Can't say for sure.
Where did she go? Give me something or the LAPD will start getting interested in this place.
Take it easy. She wanted a cab, okay? And my phone was out of order. The closest one I knew was at the fruit market across the street, so I suggested she try there. She seemed
Thunder. But the thunder.
Did Antonia say where she was going when she left?
She said she was gonna serve the papers on the husband. Said that would take the smile off his face. If you ask me, she was scared. And the drink was for Dutch courage.
She attract any interest?
An extremely drunk young woman? What do you think? She managed to scare them off, though.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
No problem. Hey, get the guy, will you?
We'll do our best.
Dumb, dumb,
One last
broke.
question.
Young
What size
dumb.
shoe do you
Young
take to
dumb,
Dragwell?
broke. Young dumb.
Broad 9. And
Young
white feet.
dumb, broke. High school kids. Thunder. 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 In the thunder. Why is my TV screen so dark? I'll turn my screen brightness up. Where's my TV control? I don't know where the TV fucking control is. I ain't got a clue. I'm broke, young, dumb. And thunder, found it. That's where I could see. Plus, I know why now. It's because I'm leaning back. Well, I leaned forward, I could see, but now I'm leaning back again. It's not as good.
Did you cover my shift on Wednesday?
How about we drop in on the husband instead? See if your gut is right.
I'll take a bar over a husband every day of the week.
If we survive this, it's gonna be a miracle.
They'll probably have it, don't worry. Told you. I don't know where I'm going. What's this?
Why aren't we going in the front? There's no point in being sneaky if we're just gonna kick the door in.
Oh yeah, true. Move out of the way then.
Phelps, this could turn ugly. Forget about knocking. Let's take our boy by surprise.
Hey, what the fuck?
LAPD, motherfucker, you're under arrest. I got it.
Oh
Now
shit.
look.
I got nothing to say.
Oh, come on then.
Damn. They got some decent shots in there. Cuff these sons of bitches, Phelps.
LAPD, you two are under arrest. Call for some backup, Finbar.
My phone just died.
Galloway, badge number 564. I need a prowl car at the apartment building 330 North.
Oh, I was listening to some banging tunes and my phone died. Let's peek.
Your wife has been murdered.
Banging tune was just about to drop.
Antonia? Oh God, no!
Where were you last night,
Read
Angel?
your red.
I was
I'ma
here with
love
my
ya
brother the whole night, goddammit!
every day and every
Kill my
night.
own wife?
Yum. Oh, look around your
Should
house.
get the whole place going over,
Huh?
and then talk to the neighbors.
Alright, let's have a little look over there.
Phelps, I don't care that you just got smacked in the head. You don't call me Finbar.
Just picked fruit market. I wonder if Angel gets all his groceries from this place.
The El Dorado must be a family favorite.
You just been there. There or the road.
This will take some explaining.
Oh.
Maybe one of the neighbors took notice of Angel's movements. He's got no alibi. He's toast.
Move. Move. Not you, dog. I was talking to the man in the game, not you, Smokey. My dog thought I was talking to him. These doors open now. Let's see, now they're open. No, fucking
Sorry
me
about
jump.
that. I'm playing with my kids. LAPD, were you here last night?
Yeah. My wife and I are separated, and I had the kids last night. I put them to bed early and went to bed myself.
Thanks.
Hello.
LAPD, ma'am. Did you hear a disturbance last night?
Yes. Yes, I did. Mrs. Maldonado lit out of here, and her husband ran out after her.
You saw this, Miss?
Aranda. I had the door open a crack.
Did you see Mr. Maldonado come back inside after he ran out?
No. I didn't.
Thanks. We'll be in touch.
I kept thinking you were going to call that one a nosy old hag too, Phelps. Well-executed restraint.
I'm executing restraint right now, Finbar.
No good. There's nobody here.
What do you want?
LAPD. We're making some inquiries.
Make it quick. I work nights.
So you weren't home last night?
No, I was at work.
You know nothing about Mrs. Maldonado fighting with her husband?
Those two? They're always screaming the place down.
Thanks.
Back to the station.
Advice?
The lady visited the El Dorado not 12 hours before she was killed. It's got to be worth working the place over.
Oh, that Eldorado bar, I didn't go there. Go unlock this car. Oh, I just unlocked. Wait, this car, I don't know if I unlocked that. Don't think I have unlocked this. I have unlocked it. Wait. Wait, this one. Unlock that, okay. Oh shit.
Cole, come on! Calm down.
Say, honey, what time do you get off waiting tables?
Sam has taken me to Palm Springs for the weekend.
I hear you are very kind to animals, so please, give that face back to the gorilla.
You ought to meet Joe's buddy. He's nice. Really.
A waitress, can I have another spoon?
What got
You want a
to here
tip?
then?
Refill my coffee next time, honey.
Oh, I'm so confused.
Excuse me, would you detectives?
So,
What
how
now?
much tuna fish salad?
Any ideas?
Search around. If Antonia was as messed up as we hear, maybe she left physical evidence as well as witnesses.
Okay.
I think he's a bit of a rescue.
Say, honey, what time do you get off waiting tables?
My wife is so done, she stares at the orange juice for hours. Does say concentrate on the carton.
Why is the word abbreviation so long?
You're a modest little person with much to be modest about.
Help me
Sam
out.
has taken me to Palm Springs for the weekend.
A waitress, can I have another spoon?
If olive oil comes from olives, where does baby oil come from?
I hear you are very kind to animals, so please, give that face.
Why are all these people so weird?
You want a tip? Refill my coffee next time, honey.
I think he's a bit of a gangster.
Ideas?
He treats me nice.
Son, you're a couple of slates short of a full roof.
So, how's your tuna fish salad?
You ought to meet Joe's buddy. He's nice. Really.
Sir, do you work here?
Sorry, pal.
Oh.
Just making deliveries.
From where?
Just Pig Fruit Market across the street.
A fruit market delivers here?
Yeah, sure does. The Mexes love a little slice with their tequila.
We found a crate a lot like the ones you're wheeling there, except it was filled with booze. You know anything about that?
What? No, we deliver all over the place, officer. No telling where the boxes end up. Excuse me, I have to get on with this.
Fine, thanks.
Sam has taken me to Palm Springs.
I think the game's broke.
Say, honey, what time do you get off waiting tables?
Do you mind if I get back to my bar?
Phone.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Any messages?
Message from Captain Donnelly, Detective. Your presence is requested urgently at Central Station. A new letter from the Dahlia killer has been found.
Thanks.
Isn't that the cop who solved the big case and got promoted?
He's dull as dishwater.
I lost my partner. Where is he? Oh, he's there.
Another letter? I thought the letter was from a nut.
These letters, Brown and Hanson believe they are genuine. From him.
And now we sent another.
You know, I really hate this fuck.
Oh, go
This
there, let me
Black
go
Dahlia
here.
guy. Have you seen the body? Fucking case just gnaws away at the guts. Hollywood. Every prom queen from every fucking hick. Shut. Great. We'll need to come back later, Phelps. Maybe somebody here saw Antonia the night she died.
Right, let me see, the back door's open.
Extra Rito!
Isn't that the cop who caught the guy?
Slow and steady, come on! Jesus, Phelps!
Bit delayed.
The captain is waiting for you downstairs with Pinker.
I want to make homicide. You know you made it if you can get that desk.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to put him down to 1 round.
There you go downstairs. Let me throw these.
What the hell is going on?
Follow him.
Boys, come on in. Phelps, have you met Finis Brown?
Pleased to meet you, sir.
This information is confidential and doesn't leave this room.
The new letter was left in the back seat of a cab. The driver thinks it was put through the window and not left by a customer.
We're checking all his fares back 24 hours regardless.
Good.
Like the previous letters, it's been assembled from headlines and type from the Times and Examiner, then glued to an envelope.
What is the other note?
This one? That's also new. A poem, hand-typed.
Do you mind if I take a look?
Go ahead. We've been over both documents pretty carefully. They've been wiped with gasoline, so there's no chance of prints.
That's the message from the Celine Henry case. Heap upon thy soul by virtue of this curse.
Ill deeds, and then be damned. Beholding good both infinity as is the universe, and thou and thyself torturing solitude, an awful image of calm power. Though, at least, no, wait, cease, let the hour gone when the soul must appear to be that which though are internally and after May April's only fruitless crime on track dialoguing for through boundless space of time. Space and time. That's some weird bullshit.
You think it's original?
Not unless he's a genius.
You like this nutjob's poem?
No, I like Shelley. It was written at least 100 years ago.
Shelley? Sure, I knew that.
You see, Finnis? I told you this lad was a bright boy.
Sure, but what does it got to do with the case?
Prometheus Unbound. Prometheus was a titan, a superhuman character who defied the gods to bring fire to humanity.
The Dahlia guy believes he's Superman.
Your guess is as good as mine. One thing for sure is that he's educated. What about the link to the Henry case?
He could have got the wording from the papers. As you said, he is fiendishly clever and takes pleasure in taunting us. What's happening with the Maldonado case?
We have the husband in custody. We haven't interviewed him yet.
Well, upstairs then, lads, and see if we can break him.
That's what I have at my controller, just walks on its own. Me finish drinking. Leave it to walk upstairs.
Hey, Cole, let's get moving.
That's the guy from the papers. Solved that big case.
I say we bust in.
Improved your attitude, Angel?
What do you want me to say? I was with Antonia the night she died, but she left the apartment, and that was the last time I saw her.
So your wife paid you a visit last night. What time was that?
Late, around midnight, maybe? She didn't stay long.
You're lying, Angel. You went after her. I think you killed her.
You're out of your mind. My brother will tell you I was at home.
Oh, that was nice.
We have a witness who confirms that you were arguing, that your wife ran out, that you followed her and didn't come back.
I know this looks bad, but it's not true. We argued, all right, but she went out and I went out after her and she jumped in a car on the corner.
There was a car waiting for her? Can you describe the driver?
Not the driver. It was too dark. But the car, it was a brown Ford coupe.
No, the
You
false
and your wife weren't
proceeding.
getting along. She was divorcing you. Is that why you killed her?
We fought, yeah, but we weren't.
My phone's turning on there. Sweet. You aren't getting the false.
I don't believe you, Angel.
Hello?
She'd been granted a decree nisi. She pushed you too far and you lashed out.
I told you, I wouldn't accept a divorce.
The judge had set a date. You were going to be paraded in front of the whole city for your cruelty to her, Angel.
Antonia. Oh, Jesus. She came in drunk, out of her mind. She doesn't normally drink. She was looking around in her bag. Said she wanted to serve me papers. Me, her own husband. So I slapped her
Beautiful
down.
crisps.
She ran out.
As you Americans know it, some potato chips.
What size shoe do you wear, Angel?
Salt and vinegar.
Size 8.
That's what I can
What
find.
difference does that make?
When we found your wife, her jewelry had been removed. Was she wearing her religious medallion last night?
Sure. She always wore that.
What about the charm bracelet? Was she wearing that?
You know about that? She never wore it. She didn't like the message. She kept it locked up in that box of hers.
Your wife has been brutally murdered. So how do you explain your shirt being covered in blood?
You found that? I cut myself shaving.
Bullshit.
Angel, I'm not going to waste any more time on this. Give me something or I'm going to have you charged.
My brother, Ippolito, he said some bad things about Antonia last night. So I had to sock him one. We got into it.
Keep talking.
She said she came from the El Dorado bar.
And?
It's not one of my places. We used to buy fruit at the market down the street. But the creep there was always running his eyes all over my wife.
What's the name of this fruit market?
Just picked fruit. Ord Street downtown.
One last question, Angel. Do the words kiss the blood mean anything to you?
No. Sounds sick to me.
You're not in the clear by any means, Angel. You're going back into a cell. You should think about whether you have anything else you need to share with us.
Right, let's go. Just pick fruit. You can drive, mate. I can't bother drive.
You can drive.
Fine. Where are we headed?
What's your read on Maldonado?
I still like him for it. Seriously, that line about the guy at the fruit market making eyes at his woman? Please. Now, we'll get to the market and the guy behind the counter will tell us he saw Angel drag his old lady off into the night. This case will be shut like all the others.
Don't know how to dance to bebop.
Sir, Wait, you look familiar.
Hey, from the bar, right? What brings you here?
LAPD, Detective Phelps and Galloway.
Clem Feeney. What can I do for you?
Did you happen to see a young woman last night? 21 years old, Hispanic?
Sure, she came by last night. Why do you ask?
She was wearing a necklace?
I didn't notice.
You weren't paying attention, Feeney?
Hey, you're getting the wrong idea. Look, not much. I sell the odd bottle on the side to the after-hours crowd. Look, I don't want any trouble. I'm just trying to make a buck.
The young lady arrived around midnight?
Yeah, something like that. Used the phone for a cab and then left.
You already knew Mrs. Maldonado, didn't you, Clem?
Sure, I met her before. She seemed like a nice lady. Her husband went apeshit one day when he caught me talking to her. She hadn't been back until last night.
Where did she go from here?
She wanted a cab, but I couldn't get her one. I was about to offer to drive her, but a car pulled up and she got into that.
Can you describe the car?
Brown Ford Coupe, I think. She seemed to know the guy.
Do you mind if we look around?
Why would you want to do that?
Because we say so.
I guess you can. Hey, don't you have to get a court order or something? I have rights.
Clem? Shh.
Oh.
No wonder he stays open late at night. People have to get their vitamins. Check through this stuff before we get back out there.
Why cut someone who was already dead?
It's a typical power thing. Once the stiff is dead, the creep usually feels they can do whatever they like. You must have seen it during the war.
So what are we hiding in here? This thing needs a combination.
Two, 5, 3.
I got a call back for that Universal Chorus line.
Have I seen that before? Golden House. Golden House stop.
This fruit stall punk gets about 10 seconds to explain before I pull his fucking arms off.
Clem!
God damn it, get after him, Cole. I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck.
He's lost his hat.
Hit him, Cole. Spin him out. We should have grabbed him when we had the chance, Phelps.
When we had the chance, we didn't know he was our guy. Strange that he'd leave a trail of blood right back to his own market.
Maybe he wanted to be caught. A lot of them do. Phelps, you gotta get me closer.
It's almost too perfect, isn't it?
There's no such thing as too perfect. Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires. The fruit guy's getting away, Phelps. Now who's about to get picked? Give yourself up! Hit him! Now. Clean this asshole off the road.
Oh. What? The cutscene on this game is so fucked. I better car splits over now. Oh. was such a nice hit. I
Sick man,
blicked his
Clem.
car hard.
You need help.
Outstanding job on this case, gentlemen. The poor woman can now rest in peace. I'll pay the fiend a personal visit myself and remind them that crime in this city does not go unpunished. When they finish with him at the receiving hospital, we'll have him up before the grand jury. I have a meeting this afternoon with the mayor, lads. I'll be sure to mention your names. Now, on your way.
Sarge, why are the guys giving it to the doggies? They're riding in trucks, numbskull, while you're marching.
They look pretty badly beat up.
Yeah, they do it then. Scuttlebutt says it's pretty hard going down south.
Well, we'll find out soon enough. Recon always leads.
How can we fail? Skip with the Shadow leading the show.
Who the fuck is a Shadow?
Lieutenant Phelps, the Shadow of Death.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's a quiet fucker, Sarge. Never hear the bastard coming.
You're sitting there, field stripping a cigarette, and suddenly he's there looking down on you.
Why do you think we keep saluting that Jap-loving son of a bitch? He's bad juju.
That's enough out of you three. Bad juju? Where were you dragged up? A swamp?
Good morning, gentlemen, and what a grand morning it is, too. We have just cause for celebration.
What we've got today.
Galloway and Phelps are sending another fiend to San Quentin. A nice showy trial, and he'll be strapped down with gas seeping into his tiny reptile brain. Now, to fresh business. Galloway and Phelps, the task is at hand. The address is on the hill, north downtown off Fremont Avenue.
Skipper, is the new letter genuine?
Now, boys, we all know how many imbeciles have confessed in the short case. Ray Pinker will let us know in good time.
I thought this was such a nice area. It's him, the cop.
Fine morning indeed. We keep locking them up, but the bodies keep piling up.
Yeah, Californians love a fad, Phelps. As long as the bricks hold up at San Quentin, there'll always be killers in this town to send.
Mouthpiece tore strips off me at the grand jury. Case was thrown out. Now the DA wants my head.
Greetings from sunny California. When's it going to stop? First the letter, and now another body. Come on, you can't keep on telling me there's not a killer still out there.
You know, Phelps, all these arrests on your record are giving you a reputation. You don't want them turning into unsolved.
Getting a vicious killer off the streets is more important than my reputation.
Really?
And besides, landing a big fat marlin is more impressive than an ocean full of minnows.
The minnows maketh the man, Phelps. You can't always hit home runs. Sometimes you just gotta make first base. That guy there will lead us up.
I'm steeling myself for what I'm about to see.
That'll just be another dead body, partner. Get used to seeing them. You're the gig when you're working homicide, Phelps.
Detectives? Phelps and Galloway, homicide. Scene is secure. The rest of the patrolmen are going door to door, canvassing for witnesses.
Thanks. Keep me informed.
Will do, Detective.
This looks awfully familiar.
I think that's the impression the boys from the Examiner took with them as well.
There's nothing original under the sun. Why should murder be any different?
What do we have so far?
Not much trace evidence to speak of. Storm blew in around 10 last night, and the rain washed most of it away.
And the body?
Looks like she was tipped out of an automobile from the tire tracks and superficial injuries. Strangled with a length of rope. And for my money, it's triple braid again.
Time of death?
From her temperature, maybe 2 a.m., but it was cold last night.
Usual head injuries.
Blunt force trauma. Knock him over the head, then strangle and mutilate. No message with this one.
At least she was left clothed.
I doubt very much he was concerned with her dignity.
The green silk dress is very distinctive. Any sign of her other shoe?
No. And no handbag or other personal effects.
Doesn't give me anything to go on.
Well, you can put in your pocket still.
Our driver and our killer are most likely one and the same. No drag marks. The killer was moving around, surveying the scene.
Very good on there. Oh
There appears
shit.
to be a dry cleaning label. Superior Laundry Services, F1363.
Oh. Ain't got no rings. Nope, no ring. That's it all, I think.
I'll call you when I know something. Meanwhile, get on with the case.
I don't know what I can tell you. We'll have to talk later.
You're clear to work, Detective.
Help me out.
We've still got the laundry label to check off.
Detectives, I've been working the houses across the street and up the block. This lady thinks she has something for us.
Detective Phelps, LAPD.
I'm Mrs. Barton, Catherine Barton. I live just across the way.
Did you see anyone around here last night?
Not last night, but yesterday, early evening, I saw that awful hobo.
Do you have a description?
Tall, gaunt, horribly disfigured.
Why should Lash come just walk up to us?
Accident in the war. He's a very scary, angry man.
Any idea where we might find him?
One of the hobo camps around here. He's some kind of hobo leader. They all follow him around.
Thank you, ma'am. You've been a big help.
Of course. Anything I can do to help. I'd hate to think that something so ghastly could happen right here and nothing be done about it.
I see one.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Superior Laundry Services.
Just a moment. Superior Laundry Services, 1260 West 1st Street.
Can you track down reports of hobo camps in the vicinity of Signal Hill?
Just a moment, Detective. There's a large camp under the bridge on Grand between Temple and Sunset.
Thank you.
Thank you. What cars we got up here? Oh, we got a few. Big cars I ain't got. Everyone's gonna come back and see their car open, like, what the fuck? Gotta be a different car here that I ain't had yet. Nope. I got more.
No message.
Excuse me?
There was no message.
Where?
On the Vic. The last bodies had something written onto them. This one didn't.
I'm failing to follow you.
Look at that. Yeah, the old school Jeep.
There are more factors to consider than the messages, Rusty.
This doesn't fit your pattern, Cole. End of conversation. Understand? watch it, will you?
I didn't mean to do that.
At least the rain stopped. You can change back into those white bucks now.
We're going in here.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. We're investigating a case, and one of your laundry labels came up. F1363.
If you give me a minute, I'll go find a register and you can take a look. You take a look for yourself. I've got clothes that need pressing.
You wrote the number down on
Okay.
that dress, is it there?
We're looking for F1316. Let's just see if this on there. Remember. F13. I want. Six three.
Mrs. T. Terrellson, 43 Emerald Street, Westlake.
Oh, needed, okay. You know what? You can drive me.
You
I'll
drive.
find both
I
drive.
need to go over the case notes.
And where exactly are we going? I've got a feeling we're about to meet another wife killer.
You've always got that feeling, Rusty.
Yeah, and it's usually correct.
Please, please, for once, can you not let your assumptions color your detective work?
Just you wait. Nordic types show a particular disposition for this stuff.
Put some more CBD oil in my fucking vape pen. Ran low.
Hello? Yes?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. Is your wife home, sir?
My wife went out last night and she hasn't come home.
Can you describe your wife and what she was wearing?
We were out at a friend's place, Bobby Ross's, for a party. She was kind of dolled up. She had her green silk dress, open-toed white shoes. Those are her favorite shoes.
Can we come in, Mr. Tarleton? I'm afraid we have some rather bad news. Do you have someone who can look after your children, Mr. Tarleton?
I've been trying to arrange a sitter. Look, tell me what's happened.
I'm afraid your wife was murdered last night. Her body was found this morning. We're very sorry for your loss. I know this is a difficult time, Mr. Tarleton, but we are going to need you to answer some questions. First, we're going to take a look around.
What for? You don't think
It's
that...
procedure. You see to your girls.
Stay here till Daddy's finished talking to these men.
Where's Mommy?
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetheart.
We would like Mommy to come home now, Daddy.
What's the problem, Terrelson? Let him search. You got nothing to hide.
Operator, give me R&I.
You want to hear something funny, Terrelson? Some bums think filling out a missing person.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you run an address for a Bobby Ross? Then send some uniforms over.
Would you like him picked up?
No. Suspect says he was with Ross last night. We need to confirm the alibi.
I'll get a prowl car dispatched.
Thanks for your help. Need to check if she was a regular. I doubt it. Doesn't tell me anything.
Well, I think it might tell you something. Number 1.
Baron's bar again. Someone must be real sweet on this dive. I wonder why the picture was turned down. If you'd excuse me, ladies. Not everything here is going to be relevant. I'll be out of your way momentarily, ladies. So she went out without her handbag? At least she was spared that particular indignity. She'd have to be in quite a state to leave this behind. We could see if Pinker can match the impression to the crime scene. Lars was out in the rain last night. Looks like a match with the ligature marks. For the record, Mr. Terrellson, what is your wife's name?
Teresa.
Do you have any idea why anyone would want to hurt your wife?
No. Everyone loved Teresa. She was so full of life. It can't be anyone who knew her.
I think you're lying, Lars. I think you were mad at your wife for embarrassing you in front of your friends. I think you came back here and strangled her and then dumped her body on the hill.
You think I strangled my wife? How do you expect to prove that?
Your wife was strangled with triple braid rope. The bow line from your boat is a perfect match.
Look, I know this looks bad. I'm gonna have to come to terms with the fact that I let her go.
You said you went to a party at Bobby Ross's place?
That's right, Bobby had a bunch of people over. We were having a good time. She said she was bored and decided to leave.
Bored. He's keeping the eye contact. No, he ain't.
You let your drunk wife leave the party and go off on her own?
Look, I was angry. I was having a good time. She has to go and ruin it. We always have to do what she wants to do. Last night she wanted to go dancing.
Any idea where?
Where she always goes. A bar down on North Beaudry Avenue. Baron's Bar. She goes there, drinks too much, gets maudlin, and calls me. I go and bring her home.
Mr. Terrellson, was Teresa happy at home?
Yeah, I think she was.
Ain't got no proof, but your eyes keep rolling.
Spill it, Terrellson. We like the look of you for this, so you better give us something.
We're at the party. She has a few and says she wants to go out dancing. We only have the sitter until 9. I get mad. I tell her to go ahead, but I'm staying. She storms out. Look, I'm doing well at cards. I hardly ever do well. I married her because she was so much fun, but now she drives me fucking crazy.
What time did she leave the party?
About 8:30, maybe a little earlier.
When was the last time you saw your wife?
Around 8:30. The card game at Bobby's was wrapping up. I played out my hand and drove home here. Paid the sitter and went to bed.
Went to bed. Why is your coat wet?
You didn't come straight home, did you?
And how do you figure that?
Is your coat wet?
You were out in the rain. You got soaked, Lars. We found your wet weather gear.
Okay, I stayed a little later than I said. This cute little brunette was hitting on me. Teresa noticed. I was half cut. I walked her home from Bobby's, but nothing happened. I walked back and got the
How
car.
many ones on my screen right now?
Thanks for answering.
Screen for 111 minutes, and there was one
You'll need to
pure.
go downtown to identify your wife's body.
I should have taken her dancing.
People that's watching this on YouTube, go subscribe to me on Twitch. Same as my YouTube name, but just the spaces is underscores.
We should check the place out.
I'll leave a link in the description. I can remember.
Appreciate your time, sir. Can you drive to this one?
Fine. Where are we headed?
The bar. Believe.
You believe this guy's story?
Kind of rings true.
Go hobo cab after this.
Gents,
Cab, hobo camp.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD.
I'm Benny Clough. This about Teresa Terrellson?
Maybe.
Yes, it is.
Depends on where I've got to go.
They're saying it was that Black Dahlia freak again?
I want to give as much evidence I can before I go hobo camp.
The babysitter said he
Beat
was
up.
If you don't mind, we have a few questions. What time did Teresa leave?
Around 10:30, I think.
Temporary. But it's keeping eye
In a
contact.
car? By bus? How was it?
She called for a cab.
Did you get the number?
Sure I did. I like Teresa. The only time she has a drink is when things aren't going so good at home. I was worried about her.
God damn it all, I asked them to hold the mayo.
Put out an APB on the cab. 3591. Should be traceable. Who was she with? We've had reports about a tall, gaunt-looking hobo. He wasn't here last night?
I get plenty of bums in here, but nothing to fit that description.
Oh.
The likelihood
Are you
is that
looking away?
whoever she left here with killed her. Give it up, Benny.
All right, two creeps were all over her, promising to take her dancing.
You get a good look at these guys?
Sure. I got a good look. One of them was a sailor in uniform. His cap said, USS Indiana.
And the other man?
The other guy is Richard Bates. He's sitting in the back right now. Red polo shirt.
Bates.
Any idea where she was headed?
Nope. I didn't get that.
The husband
But
said
ain't
she
it the
wanted
way?
to go dancing.
Yeah, she always wants to dance when she's been drinking. She was trying
I've
to talk
noticed
to
they
the
look
guys into
away
taking
when they're
her to one of the dance
hiding
halls.
something. If you ain't got proof,
Thank you for your help.
push that.
We'll
You
take
got proof, you push left.
Hey, no problem.
Or accuse.
This is Bates.
That's him.
LAPD, don't make me chase you, shitbird. We can't let the son of a bitch get away.
That cherry pie was delicious.
Go, Phelps, get after him. Come on, got a ride. Get in and drive. I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands.
Come on, Phelps, you're letting this lust get away from you.
I ain't letting him. I'm crashing.
I don't think the killer would be kicking back in the bar where he met the Vic in.
Listen, a creature of habit is your killer. For some reason, they're sticklers for routine. Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close. Hit him, Cole. Spit him out. I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck. Hit it. Clean this asshole off the road.
All right, you got me. I've had enough.
Put your hands
I want to
in
get
the
a
air.
cocked on file.
Okay, Bates. You're gonna answer some questions.
I have a choice in this.
Last night, you went drinking with a lady in the bar. Now she's dead. And your face is all messed up.
I'm in the clear on that. She preferred a sailor. You could lay it off on him. Are we finished?
Do you want my partner to sap you? Tell us what we want to know.
She was okay. Drunk. Pissed off at her old man, wanting to go dancing. I thought I'd ply her with a few drinks and get my end away. Looks like your Salty had the same idea.
So what happened when you left the bar?
Sailor boy laid one on me. A cheap shot. After that, I don't know.
You've done time, haven't you, Richard? Is that why you ran?
I'm on parole.
On what offense?
Sexual assault. Look, I was lying there on the sidewalk. He flags a cab and jumps in with the broad.
We're taking you in, Bates.
How come?
Just for a chat. Nice private chat. I'll explain my theory of once a degenerate, always a degenerate.
Take him to Central. He's a material witness in a murder case. Find him a cozy cell.
Richard here knows the drill.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an APB out on a yellow cab, number 3591. Ask dispatch to relay all sightings to car 11K.
No problem. I'll get on the radio.
Were there any incident reports filed in the vicinity of Barron's Bar on North Beaudry Avenue? We're tracking a sailor who was involved in a fight outside the bar.
I can check the reports, Detective. I have a message for you from Captain Donnelly. Message reads, James Jessup, U.S. Navy able seaman, has information relevant to your case. Jessup is currently being detained at Central Station.
Could be our man. Thanks. You're behind the wheel.
And where exactly are we going?
Wait, before I put this guy in me, actually.
Can you drive to this one?
Fine.
I'll
Where
go
are we
here,
headed?
buddy. Just before.
I think we ought to investigate
I'm
the
gonna
hobo
put
league.
this guy.
Well, if you think we ought to, then I guess we ought.
I don't like leaving case closes or unopened, unturned. That's the word. I want to be fully looking around, finding about.
Holy fuck. Leave me alone. I fuck. Where's my wife? Nobody cares about me. I took a
We're looking for a tall man with a disfigured face. You know him?
Huh? What? I fought in 2 wars, you know, son. I think I earned some peace and quiet.
Ah, the bum isn't here.
Look at these people.
We should follow the other lead. These guys can wait.
Oh.
I don't
happened to who you're looking for, and I don't want to know.
Calling you stupid would be an insult to stupid people.
An Englishman, an Irishman, and a Scotsman walk into the bar. The bartender looks up and says, "What is this? Some kind of joke?"
I ain't had any real chow in a week.
I'll take that.
What's your beef with this guy, Phelps?
They're not telling me what I want to know.
Phelps, leave him be.
So what next?
Teresa's trail leads right to this cabbie's back seat, Phelps. We need to find him.
You can drive.
And where exactly are we going?
When this case is done, I'm going to bed because I know if I quit it now, it'll start all over in the beginning. I've done it a couple of times. Fell asleep the last few times. I didn't want to do it, but I did it.
He's in interview 2.
Thanks. What do you make of him?
Sailor on furlough who looks like he's in trouble and knows it.
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. We know why you're here.
He just walked out the wall.
Best if you answered our questions truthfully.
Galloway just literally walked on the wall.
Trouble. That's why I'm here. I heard
He weren't there and he
about
just
this lady
disappeared from the
getting
wall,
killed. They got
appeared
me
from the
for my
wall.
CO to come down straight away.
So why
Fucking
did you
hell.
kill her?
I didn't kill anyone. Look, you need to believe me.
Let's start at the beginning.
Oh, my eyes are fucking showing me.
You went to Barron's bar. What time did you arrive?
I got a 24-hour pass. I got there around 7.
That's where you met Teresa Terrelson?
Sure. We had a couple of drinks.
So you tried to make a woman who was incredibly drunk?
Look, I'm not proud of myself, but I never hurt her.
You took her dancing?
That's right. Caught a cab to the Crystal Ballroom.
You had a fist fight with Richard Bates over Mrs. Terrellson.
You met the guy? He's a creep. You should take a look at him for this.
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jessup.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub. He had all the time in the world to look for some action. I belted him. I'd do it again. She was better off with me.
Sure. You're a shining example of chivalry, Jessup. We're holding you till we can clear this with the driver.
Yeah, my CO said as much.
Can you put the guy in 2 in a cell and inform the commander?
Sure, Detective. Got a message for you. Sighting of your disfigured hobo on Grand between Temple and Sunset. And it looks like the Beau has a record, too. He's wanted in connection with 2 female assaults.
Thanks.
We gotta go now.
What now?
Teresa's trail leads right to this cabbie's back seat, Phelps. We need to find it.
Find the cabbie then.
Come on, Phelps, on your bike.
Three suspects in the can and one on the hoof. And still no hard evidence on any of them. Take a right.
11K, we have a response on your APB regarding yellow cab number 3591. The vehicle has been identified at a gas station. Now heading west on 7th Street.
KGPL to car 11K. 11K, come in.
11K, go ahead.
Patrolman reporting that Bobby Ross's car game is breaking up at midnight.
11K, roger that. Plenty of time to get downtown, Cole.
It's possible. Have them bring him in.
KGPL, could we have Lars Terrellson picked up?
11K, yellow cab number 3591, sighted at the corner of Wilshire and Whitmer. Repeat, Wilshire and Whitmer, 11K. 11K, further on your APB on yellow cab number 3591. Vehicle identified at Reggie's Cafe, heading north on Whitmer. KGPL clear.
That was a big old jump.
Car 11K, your suspect vehicle, yellow cab 3591, sighted at 6th and Valencia.
You see our taxi anywhere?
5 George is en route to 496 Broadway. You have another assignment there, Central?
The search continues.
Car 11K, yellow cab 3591 was just seen leaving Dewey's Car Sales, driving north on Union Drive. KGPL.
3591, that's him there, Phelps. Hit the siren.
LAPD, we're investigating a murder.
What's that got to do with me?
The fare you picked up from Barron's bar last night. What was the woman wearing?
It was a green dress. Oh, don't tell me something's happened to her.
Tell me about her.
She was with this sailor, and he was all over her. She wasn't having any of it. Said she just wanted to dance. But he had that look in his eye.
Where did you drop them off?
It was at the Crystal Ballroom.
What time?
After midnight. 12:30? Something like that.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
Well, that's gonna ruin my day.
Filthy goddamn vagrants. We get in, we find our man, and we get out again. That's the plan. You've got to be kidding.
LAPD, I need your car, now.
Great. How are we gonna look getting around in this thing, Cole? Has that just been paid?
I'm sorry, sir. Police officer, I need
find
your
one
car.
goddamn ding.
What do you think?
That was not what.
We get in, we find our man, we get out again. That's the plan. What's your beef with this guy, Phelps?
I think he got him away.
Phelps, breathe, damn it! Watch where you're driving, you maniac!
I didn't mean to bring my car down here. He's got a shotgun, yeah?
LAPD. We'd like a word with you.
Save it for someone who's interested. They're fat.